What's up, guys? Thank you for blowing up the last tier list video. We're back with part 2. I'm going to be reading your guys' comments and seeing if you have any new valid icks, as they were called in the last video. I also updated the tier list a little bit to include not in the conversation for shit like baseball hats.
It's like, how are you not sweating? Like, you're here to work out and you're wearing a baseball hat.
Who cares? Who cares if you have a baseball hat? Alright, so let's go through these comments. It's also annoying when there is a group of people hogging a machine and not doing shit on it. What do I even say to this? Always the Edgars. It is though, am I wrong? I just called this one group hogging. Yeah, this one is egregious, just fucking terrible. It's worse than if you're hogging it solo, because when it's a group, you have to go up to multiple people and ask them, hey, can you guys get the fuck off this machine? Definitely for newer people and introverts at commercial gyms, it's way tougher to go up to a group. If you're working out with more than 3 people, your workout is going to be not very efficient. That's just bottom line. Because at least with 3, you can constantly cycle where one person goes, one person rests, one person's ready to go. And even then, it's hard to stay focused and on track. Fuck these people. Who the fuck spits on their hands at the gym? I don't know. I haven't found a single answer. Standing in front of the dumbbell rack and doing curls so close that nobody can access the rack until you are done. I agree most of the fucking time. This is just stupid. Most likely you're standing in front of dumbbells that someone else needs. And secondly, you're definitely standing in the way of someone else's path. The only time I will agree that it's okay to do this is if no one is in the area. Absolutely no one. If it's empty, that's fucking it. Another gym ick, in my opinion, is couples working out together, because not only do they hog the machine, it takes like 3 times as long when you're waiting for both of them.
A 60-plus page police report alleges that some rangers would go out gooning.
Give me your reaction if you see this at the gym. I have actually seen that, so that's crazy. Just work out. Just work out like you would normally, like you would with someone else. Just wait till you go home. I've seen people go in the private bathroom at my gym too. Like, oh, I don't know, guys. Why would you need to be in the same bathroom changing with each other? I have to say sometimes agree, because there are a lot of husband and wife couples that I love at the gym. They're awesome people. They get their shit done. They work out and they push each other. I can't just be like, oh wow, fuck all couples, because that's not true. That's not the case at all. Ooh, this guy's giving me a list. Using the bench press with dumbbells. Okay. Using the bench press for hip thrusts. Using the Smith machine for every exercise. They take it for the whole routine and don't want to share. The one that asks you to share, but they don't re-rack the weight back or the handle. Out of all those, I'm just gonna take the not wanting to share. Oh, that was broken. This is what I imagine when people say, I'm not sharing. Not sharing equipment at the gym. Like, if you go up to someone and they are just like, you are not allowed to work in, so you can wait till I'm finished. This is actually really tough. I don't always agree. I'm going to say agree mostly, because most people go to commercial gyms. When you're at a commercial gym, I think it is common practice to at least just be courteous to people. That doesn't mean you have to share. You just have to communicate. I'll go up to someone, I'll be like, hey, do you mind if I work in with you? And if they say no, I'll be like, cool, can you just wave me down when you're done? I think that we should have a culture of courtesy in the gym. Not sharing your equipment and being an asshole about it, specifically, there's very few cases where that's okay. I know this dude, he just did a bodybuilding competition. The day before he was competing, he was just so laser focused that I knew if anyone talked to him, he was not sharing that motherfucker. There's that devil's advocate for you. When people do tricep extension in the cable fly machine, I just labeled this as using special equipment for basic exercises, just as a means to simplify. So this is kind of like a combination of the flat bench incline dilemma as well. Doing exercise on a piece of equipment that you can only do that exercise on that piece of equipment whenever they can do that exercise anywhere. And on top of that, there's a spot where they could do the exercise right next to them with no effort at all, just to switch. One that doesn't seem to get mentioned is when someone comes to your area and takes any plates without asking you if you're using them. So taking someone else's plates off the machine. I sometimes agree with this. Sometimes. It's not the most horrible thing in the world. As long as they ask. Sometimes they don't even have to ask. Sometimes they could just see that you have extra 45s or extra 25s. Who needs 4 25s? Again, just be thoughtful, just be courteous, read the situation and assess and see what is the right course of action. Ooh, this is a good one. When there's 2 tiers of dumbbell rack, a lower shelf and a higher shelf, and people fill up the lower shelf with small dumbbells. Really annoying having to re-rack 50 kilogram dumbbells onto the back rack. Yes, yes, absolutely, yes. Oh my gosh, this is an insanely underrated ick. Here's how we can simplify this. When you see this straight bar curl rack in your gym, the weights need to go lightest on top, heaviest on bottom. Lightest on top, heaviest on bottom. For God's sake, I've seen people take their 30-pound bar and put it on the bottom when it's like, you didn't get it from there. No, you didn't. You didn't get it from there. You got it from the top rack. Put it the fuck back where it belongs. This one actually makes me so mad at the fucking gym. I always agree. Fuck you. Again, the only explanation I could possibly have is if it was fucked in the first place. If you walk over to the rack and it is already fucked, these first four, let's say that they were filled up and it was like 70, 20, 50, 30. I don't care if you put your fucking 40 on the bottom ring at that point, because like, awesome, it's already fucked. You guys are giving some really good ones. I'm gonna say re-racking improperly too, because that's kind of like the plate crash out every time over this. I thought curling in the squat rack was going to be number one. You might think I would agree with this, that it would be number one. Guys, I'm sorry, I disagree. What are you gonna do? It is okay to curl in the squat rack. Yes, it's in the name, squat rack. However, I believe that the squat rack has a specific thickness that you can't just get, say, the straight bars over near the dumbbell rack. It's different. It's a different type of feeling that you get from curling with a squat bar. I do overhead press with the squat rack bar. No, is that as equally as bad as curling? People who won't share a machine. See guys, people want you to share. Wearing cologne perfume to the gym, not sure if it's an ick or not. I'm gonna be real, guys. This isn't in the conversation. This isn't even something that should be remotely thought of as something that is a bad thing. We live in a world where if someone is hygienic and they want to smell good at the fucking gym, we have so many people who don't smell good. We need more people who do smell good. If you don't want people putting cologne on, why do you want people putting deodorant on? I might meet my wife at the gym. I'm a single man. If she's going to the gym, she probably shares values that I have. I probably don't want to smell like a fucking ogre. Biasly, and I will admit, I am a cologne connoisseur. I love to try new colognes. I love just aroma. A little bit biased towards this, but regardless, I don't think it should be something that is even talked about. And I've seen a lot of people disagree with that, and I just don't get it. What about making noise on weight machines or deadlift when the barbell stack hits the floor? Okay. I'm just gonna simplify this as slamming weight. This one is pretty similar to the grunting one from the first video. It's a gym, guys. Again, there's going to be noise, there's going to be bangs, there's gonna be ooh from them fucking grunting. Chill out, it's okay. If it's excessive, then it's bad. I'm gonna disagree that slamming the weights, I sometimes agree. If you're doing it over and over and over again, yeah, because that does sometimes happen, and it's pretty annoying when you're just like in the zone, bang, you go back again, bang, Jesus Christ, man. So this person is talking about wiping down the machine. This is where I'm gonna have to disagree with you. It's the job of the person going next to wipe down the seat. If you're the type of person to worry about germs, you're gonna wipe it before and after you lift, right? So why not conserve your energy and just do it once before the lift, then save the second wipe down for the other person? If they don't wanna wipe down the seat before they lift, that's on them. What? This has to be one of the most bonkers takes I've ever seen in my entire life. It is the job of the next person to wipe down the machine. How in the world does it make any fucking sense that I have to wipe down your spit, your blood, your sweat? I'm not a germaphobe. It's called courtesy. It's something that you build in a gym culture so that everyone else follows the same respectful rules. This is disrespectful to the next person. It's saying, fuck you. It's literally saying, I don't give a shit about your health. We are in the gym. It is a place where we are building health. Why would I be in a place that diminishes my health? Just help the next person next to you. It's not that hard. Just wipe down your machine. It just shows the next person respect. Simple as that. Ooh, okay. People that come into the weights area to do their calisthenics / cardio, taking up half the floor space, jumping all over the place, getting in everyone's way, etc. Okay, this is another one I want to talk about. I actually have some bias towards the calisthenics side. I believe that weighted calisthenics has been an insane beneficiary addition to my workout routine. That being said, I am always courteous to the people around me. Whenever I'm doing my muscle ups, pull-ups, dips, I always make sure that I have enough room, that no one's gonna be in the way. So this one I sometimes agree with, because if you're just an asshole about it, if you're just jumping up and just people are gonna look at that as stupid, and it makes people who do calisthenics look bad. It makes me look bad. It makes it look like this guy literally said, I'm guessing don't get attention there. Like, they think that calisthenics guys, whenever we do like muscle ups and shit, we're just attention seeking. I love to just do muscle up. They are just a great exercise. Just communicate. The people who don't communicate, they fuck it up for the rest of us, make us look like attention seeking assholes, which we're not. Most of us, at least. I don't like filming of any sorts at the gym. Hate it. Good one. Now this one is really rich coming from me, because I made a 2-hour gym program video at a gym. Sorry, I don't know what you want me to do. I needed to show how I do things somehow, and I didn't have access to a private gym, etc., etc. That being said, I don't disagree with him. I agree mostly that filming in the gym generally seen as not acceptable. You know what? I'll do sometimes agree, because I've thought of multiple reasons now to put it there. I think if you're filming for a coach, if you're filming for form, if you're filming to help other people, cool, film at the gym. If you're filming just attention seek, yeah, this one's pretty bad. Also, if you aren't courteous, if you aren't asking people, hey, I'm filming, do you mind being in the background or the foreground of if they don't do that, kind of asshole behavior for sure. Someone using a camera in the changing room. If you catch someone in your video when you're in the gym locker room, that's illegal. So just be very, very careful. If you ever take a photo or video in the gym, make sure there's absolutely no one around. I'm not gonna say I've never taken a picture in the locker room of myself, but just do it when no one is around, okay? Oh my God, this guy left so many. I'm gonna pick through a couple of these. Asking for a spot on squat? What? Okay, if we're talking about asking for a spot, this is not even in the conversation. If he's saying specifically a squat, the only scenario I can think is whenever a random guy finds a random woman that he's never met before and is like, hey, let me spot you. That's a little weird. Guys, asking for a spot, regardless of the exercise, who cares if it's squat? Who cares if it's tricep push down? Who cares if it's bench? If you need a spot, you need a spot. Always safety first. So don't ever feel like you aren't entitled to a spot. You are. Taking off the safeties. That's another good one. If you guys don't know, he's talking about clips. Guys, there is, again, zero excuse for not using clips. I don't care. I don't care who you are. Not using clips is just straight up ignorant and arrogant. Regardless of your safety, like, fuck if a plate falls off whenever you're benching and you tear your pec. Who cares about that? What if that plate falls on someone else while they're walking by? What if you're squatting and the plate starts to fall off on one side and it makes you tip and you fall and the bar hits someone else? You're fucked. Your life is over. You're probably gonna get sued. You might go to jail. That is so stupid, and it is the most preventable thing. Just squeeze and push. Squeeze and pull. It's like it's rocket science to these people. We don't want people getting fucking hurt. That's how people get demotivated. That's how people want to fucking
unalive.
After they can't go to the gym for a while. I go to the gym every day. Imagine if something took me out for months. I'd be depressed as hell, especially if it was because of your stupid incompetency. So absolutely unacceptable not using clips, guys. This is going to the front. This is the best one so far. Using chalk in commercial gyms. All right, this is the last one I'm doing from this guy. I actually disagree with this. I think it's okay to use chalk, the premise of using chalk, as long as you clean it up. That's why it's not going in a sometimes. It's going in a full disagree, because I think the act of using chalk is completely okay at like pretty much any gym. At least the ones that allow it, like not Planet Fitness. All right, I'm gonna do a couple more and then I'm done. People who raw dog music straight out of their phone speakers. Oh. Guys, this one's just so stupid. It's always so dumb. Just get headphones. You're just doing it to be obnoxious. Just stop. This is the last one. Chat, what do we think about trying to rizz up girls at the gym? I could meet my wife at the gym. So am I against hitting on women at the gym? No, but there's a time and place for it. You gotta know when and where. If you're working in with someone and you guys seem to have some chemistry, shoot your shot. Don't just go up to girls at the gym and just blah. Just work on you, bro. It's the gym. If they come to you, cool. If you hit it off with someone just naturally, cool. I'm gonna say sometimes agree. Just pick your battles. gentlemen. Well, guys, that is part 2 done. Thank you all for the comments of the last video, and thank you for blowing up the channel. It's been going crazy since that video. If you're still watching, please leave a comment of what other tier list style videos I should do next. I have some ideas, but I want to know what you guys would like to see me give my opinion on whenever it comes to the gym or maybe food or something like that. But either way, if you like the video, like, comment, subscribe. Love you guys, and God bless. I'll see you next time. What the fuck?